Yo, welcome back to the Against Spread podcast. This is week 2 NRL. Joined with Declan.
What's going on? Big week last week. A lot of underdogs, so hopefully the pattern stays the same.
Bookies raked it in last week. I only had one good game and that was Panthers and the unders in the last game.
Oh yeah.
What about yourself?
I hit big in the Panthers game. What else was there?
The
I
Tigers.
the Tigers first half line, that was a good one. Warriors disappointed
Warriors
me.
really strengthened themselves.
Warriors are useless. Um, Titans went surprisingly well. If
hmm
Yeah, that line got way too far out. Yeah, I can't really remember what other ones I did.
Jeez, too many on the plate, eh?
Yeah, no, Bulldogs,
Relax,
Bulldogs. That
relax.
was the one. Bulldogs.
Oh, the live bet.
Yeah, the one of the worst games you'll ever see.
I predicted it as well. I told you last week
Yeah,
it'll be
you
one of the
did.
worst games you'll watch.
You did.
And it was.
Oh, the Raiders.
Just
That's
when you
it. Raiders.
Oh, Raiders.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, Sharks robbed. It was double movement.
Yeah.
Anyway, uh, what are your top two? Oh, you've got two games.
Yeah. So, depending where you shop, I've got the Rabbitohs Storm game tonight and the Sharks Eels game.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, let's leave the Storm game till towards the end. Let's start with Dragons hosting Penrith plus 10.5 for Dragons.
Um, Well, it was a pretty dominating performance last week by the
Yeah.
Panthers. Although Manly's forwards aren't too good, but Penrith just manhandled them. Looked a lot fitter. Dragons did play the Warriors, who are close to being wooden spoon contenders for me.
Mm.
Um, but they did actually look kinda good in situations. The 10.5 is a tricky one, but I would still probably go Panthers. Purely off their forwards.
Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. This is a tough one for me. 10.5 is a lot. I think Penrith win money line
Yeah,
easily.
yeah, yeah. The money line's
Dra
good.
Dragons seem to turn up in the first few games of the round. Um, I'd say with these low scores, Dragons plus 10.5. Even though I don't think they're a very good team still.
Mm. Yeah, it's just that half a point that
Yeah.
might get it over the edge.
Sydney Roosters hosting Seagulls. Minus 1.5 for Roosters, but it's pretty much $1.90 each.
Um, this is a toss of the coin for me. Both teams were pretty pathetic last week. I'm going to go Roosters purely just because I think they're a better team overall. Come
Mm,
finals, they should be like say they versed each other in the finals. Roosters should be beating Manly. I know that
yeah.
doesn't really matter at the start of the year, but that's my thought process behind Roosters here.
This one. This might actually be one of my top picks now. How do you say it?
The Roosters.
Roosters money line.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
they were $1.80 at the start of the week, now $1 $1.90 each. She said, yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, like if they go out to like outsiders $2, $1.95, something like that, then it's a potential play for me. But
hmm
if it stays around this, I'll probably throw little beans on it, but nothing too big.
Yeah, I think Roosters are in a good spot here. Manly, I don't think have warmed up. It's only round two. Give them till round 3 or 4. Then they'll
Yeah,
start playing.
facts.
I think. Although Roosters did look pretty poor last week, which is concerning.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Um, who knows? Who knows? Moving on to the next game, Titans hosting Warriors. Titans minus 7.5. This is danger game for Titans, I think.
Yeah.
Um, Warriors have upset potential written all over them. Ash Taylor playing against his old club. Um, but yeah, you see the thing Moley said that is
Yeah,
horrendous.
yeah. He's the Tim the Tap Man of rugby league. I swear. Him and Joey
Oh,
Johns.
Joey John, that's concerning.
The
Um,
line's 7.5 now, is it, or is it still 8?
yeah,
Yeah,
7.5. Wait, is
yeah,
it coming in?
yeah. It was 6.5 or 5.5 at the start of the week. Went out to eight and a
Yeah.
half. Now it's back to 7.5. So
Jeez.
so the sharps must have got on the 8.5.
Yeah.
Um, I do agree that 8.5 was a bit too much. So 7.5 is a nice spot. Um, Titans are the better team across the board. Like,
Yeah.
they should be winning this game, but as you said, this is a upset potential game right here. Um,
Hmm. Be careful throwing Titans in your multis
yeah,
and
stay away,
whatnot.
stay away. This is
Yeah.
definitely don't do multis here. Um, I'll go with the Titans just because it's 7.5. But if it gets to 8.5, then I would go Warriors. But 7.5, I'd go Titans.
Yeah. I feel like Titans minus 7.5 or Warriors money line, something like that right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'll go Titans minus 7.5. Moving on, Cronulla. Oh, no, skip that one. We'll come back to that. Cowboys hosting Canberra. Canberra minus 4.5. This is a dangerous game. I think every man and their dog wants to take the Raiders here. Um, which I find a bit concerning. I feel like Cowboys can, I don't know, somehow scrape out a win.
I agree. This is a game that I'm 100% betting. Um,
Hmm.
even though Raiders are my pick for the year, this is a danger game. The public will be heavy on the Raiders, like $1.54 odds. Everyone's chucking that in the multis, you know. Uh,
Exactly. They're like, oh,
Um,
how can Raiders lose?
yeah, especially after last week's performance with the Cowboys.
Hmm.
The line opened at 2.5, and it's now out to 4.5. So that's a pretty big jump from like 2.5 to 4.5. 2.5's indicating it's a close game, you know. Um,
Exactly.
so I'm definitely betting this game Cowboys line.
That's I completely agree. Heard a lot of people say, "Oh, Raiders are value. Raiders are value." You know that's dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, stay away.
Stay away. Moving on to the next game, Knights hosting Tigers. Tigers plus 7.5. Also another danger game if you ask me for upset
Mm,
potential.
yeah, yeah,
Um, Knights did their first game was pretty good. They looked a class above what the Tigers played like, if you ask me. Um, but I don't know. Tigers don't have a bad record against Newcastle. What do you think?
yeah. This is the game of the week that I don't know like what's gonna happen. Like I on all the other
Yeah.
ones, I kind of have an idea of what could happen. These
Hmm.
two teams for me are undecided. Like the Tigers looked so good in the first half last week, and then found a way to lose. Whereas the Knights, dismantled the Roosters. Like Roosters didn't even look like a top 8 team last week. You know, so
Honestly, I
I'm
feel
not.
like I could go a lot of different ways with these games this round. Like round two is always the hardest, if you ask me.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
there's always a lot of overreactions from round one. Like a team might
yeah,
win, and then everyone's going like, "Oh, these guys are like pretty beast," you know.
exactly,
Um.
exactly. So, what's your final decision on this one?
Oh, I hate it, but I'm going West Tigers line.
Um, it should jump out to 8.5, right?
I mean, I hope it does because I don't see money coming in for the Tigers, but I don't see a lot of money getting placed on this game, like in general. So it might stay at
Yeah,
7.5, but if it does go to 8.5, then it crosses that key number of 8. So
this is tough. If it was 8.5, I'd probably go Tigers.
yeah,
I actually don't know. Knights should be the better team. Yeah, give me Knights. Knights minus 7.5. Although I could easily flip the Tigers here. I'll lock in Knights. Bulldogs hosting Brisbane. Bulldogs plus 2.5. What do you think?
I'm betting this game 100%. This is what I call an
The
overreaction to
Bulldogs
the
again?
max. Yes, Bulldogs money line, Bulldogs line. Do whatever you want with it. Uh, this is a gross overreaction with the Broncos. They are still a horrible team. Um,
Gross overreaction. I don't know, Declan. I don't know.
no, okay, I'll give them credit. They did look like a team last week. Like they played well, but It's always their one or two few token games of the year when they all turn up. You know, everything goes well for them. You saw how bad the Bulldogs were last week. Like, if the let's just say the line was like 6.5 or whatever, then or 5.5, then I'd be a little cautious of the Broncos because the bookies would be like representing them with like they're pretty good, you know. But 2.5,
Yeah.
and Broncos
Yeah,
are
that does
very
seem a bit suspect.
yeah Broncos are a very public team, the most popular team, you know. So
That is true. You'd think after beating the Rabbitohs,
yeah, grand
bookies
finals.
would hand Broncos more respect.
Yeah,
Um, uh, Cowboys win that game last week. Bulldogs are closer to $3 here.
you reckon?
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Pangai Junior's
Think
back
about it.
as well.
Oh, that's probably why.
Might be a
Uh,
revenge game for the man, you know.
He's a liability.
He is, but sometimes he's a beast, you know.
I don't know. I do not know. I'm gonna have to go Broncos minus 2.5. Declan. I'm sorry.
Wow, that is a big call, Ben. Big call.
Big call, you reckon?
Yeah,
I don't know.
you know,
I mean, Broncos seem like a better team. I probably won't bet it. I'll do the unders, I think, because the team that wins is gonna have to score 1 point. Um, that'll probably be my play again.
yeah.
If I could do alt mine. Wait, what's like the lowest alt total? I might
Um,
have a dabble at that.
yeah,
Let's have a look. Alternative match
12 and a
points.
half.
Under 12 and a half. Under 12 and a half at $81. $81. That is value.
If that hits, I'll give you some money.
I won't need anything.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you'll be on holidays.
that is extreme value if you ask me, considering I was 10 points scored last time Bulldogs played. I doubt that occurs, obviously, but still value. Alright, anyway, moving on to... Wait, yeah, no, we're finished there. Moving on to Storm. Hosting Rabbitohs. 7.5 or 8.5. Depends where you are. I'm in favour of Storm.
Um, I will admit that I've already loaded up on Bunnies 8.5 on Bet365. For some reason, any like Sportsbet and all that have it at 7.5. So they're a little cautious moving it up. Um,
Mhm.
I do think this is a revenge spot right here. Rabbitohs haven't won in how many, like 17 of them, of the last 17 games. Sorry. So
I have no idea.
something like that, and 40% of the time, Storm win by 30 plus points. They play Rabbitohs. So Craig Bellamy's 500th as well. So everything's pointing towards a Storm victory, and the public knows this as well. So
Um,
you know.
you're exactly right, though, Declan. Yeah, everything is pointing to a Storm victory because they will win. Um,
Oh, they might win, yeah.
they might win. If it wasn't Bellamy's 500th, I would be slightly concerned, but they rally for these games. Munster back, Grant back. 7.5, 8.5 is a bit dangerous. But I don't mind the money line here,
I disagree.
personally.
I disagree. I reckon Storm are in a very dangerous position right now. I reckon
Well, you're not
Rabbitohs.
wrong. It is dangerous.
Rabbitohs. I can foresee Rabbitohs 13 plus, and I'm no lie. Like I might actually do it as well.
Um,
950.
you are contradicting your comments concerning Cody Walker, etc.
I know.
Um,
Yeah. I will give you that. Yes, but purely off the fact Storm's got a lot of outs in the forwards, and I reckon the South's forward pack is pretty good. Latrell's back as well, so Cody won't have to be doing all the attack himself. Although he did struggle. Well, he got pretty frustrated last week. But
yeah.
if the South's forwards dominate, it should give Cody and Latrell a bit more time to attack. I'm not saying they're gonna be like top four caliber. I just think if Storm can't handle Cam Murray, Jairo, etc.,
Mhm.
Latrell might have a field day. You know.
I can see where you're coming from. If I wasn't a Storm fan, maybe my opinion would be slightly different.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a tough spot for you.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Decent pick.
Mm.
Decent pick. Moving on to your next, Cronulla hosting Parramatta. Cronulla plus 2.5.
Wait. So you had Storm one there, or
Yeah, I'd Storm.
okay,
Oh,
okay.
nah, bunnies. Oh, bunnies.
Bunnies.
No, wait. No, just Storm one for me. Don't. But my opinion really is void. I might
um,
be taking a line that game.
fair enough. So the Sharks Eels game. This is my lock of the week. We all saw how bad. Actually, no, I wouldn't say bad. Uh, Gold Coast should have won against the Eels last week, and Gold Coast are my team. I hope they do well, but they're like when you compare the two sides on
Yeah.
paper, Parramatta should have won that game easy, you know. So I
Mhm.
think it's a bit worrying.
Are you including the refs into the team list or?
Well, that's another thing. I think the refs might you know, be a little harsher on them this week, you know. So
Oh yeah.
so the line opened at 1.5. So it's out to 2.5. So it's crossed that key number of 2. So
Yep.
and Sharks are at home as well. I actually rated the Sharks. They actually played, even though they did lose against Canberra. They looked like a beast side in that like second
Yeah.
half. Would you agree?
hmm
Yeah. So my lock of the week would be Sharks plus 2.5.
I'm pretty torn. Like, yeah, I was Sharks until I heard Joey Johns said he's tipping the Sharks,
Oh,
but
oh,
I'll
don't
have to
tell me
see
that,
if
Ben.
I'll have to see if he's placing any funds down as well.
No specials.
Nah, they are specials. No, he didn't say that, which is good. I have to agree with the Sharks here. I'm slightly leaning Parramatta. I'll have to see the pattern of the games, to fully gauge what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but no, I agree. 2.5 for the Sharks is not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, that'll wrap it up for this round. Any AFL, Declan? Have you had a look at?
I have, but I haven't decided. Last week we got shafted by 3 goals in the last 2 minutes.
Oh,
So
you mean last night?
yeah, last night's game. Um,
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
yeah. So
Unders should have hit indefinitely.
I'll definitely be doing some plays, but I'm not as confident. Like I feel like I'm a little bit more confident in NRL because I know like all the players,
Yeah, for sure.
what's going on. But
Um, just quickly, Fremantle, Booker Suns should be if like you're desperate, like you're really down bad, like
down bad, just
NRL's
double up.
yeah, it's Sunday afternoon. You only have Bulldogs Broncos to bet on. Freo isn't bad. Um, yeah, yeah, that about wrap it up. Um, yeah, have a good round, everyone.
Best of luck.
Yep.